Welcome back to the Cowboys Star Report. I'm Stephen Miranda.
I'm Jeff Ellison. It is Thursday, September 22nd, 2011.
Today we're looking at the 27-24 overtime victory over the 49ers.
What a hootenanny that was out there in San Francisco. We've got an unfortunately long injury report.
Yes, but we're also coming to Valley Ranch and giving you some player moves.
We're not actually coming to Valley Ranch. We're just going to talk to you about it. And we look ahead to the Week 3 matchup against the hated Washington Redskins. Yes, I said hated.
Yeah, well, they are.
They are.
If you are a Dallas Cowboy fan,
you hate the Redskins.
And if
you're a Redskins fan, you hate the Cowboys.
That's
real
just
simple
the
math
way
here.
But doesn't mean that you have to go beat up on anybody.
No,
okay?
nobody has to get shot or stabbed or anything like that. That's just in the Bay Area.
All right, Jeffrey.
Okay.
27-24, come from behind, overtime victory over the Niners. We were there.
Punctured lung.
I was just glad to witness, not the punctured lung, but I'm glad to witness. This is the way it played out for us, folks. Here we are. We're sitting there. We see halftime's getting ready to start. Romo comes into the field. He gets yanked, and he's sent to the locker room.
Let me do the press box.
And then
Tony Romo, broken rib, will be out the rest of the game.
That announcement comes over the press box. Everyone's just like, wow. Everyone starts tweeting it, Facebooking it.
Seconds after everybody puts it out to the whole world, I'm like,
Number 9's right there.
Yeah. That's Romo on the field.
Unless he and Kidna changed jerseys, he's right there.
We're sitting next to the PR staff of the Cowboys, and I'm like, that's Romo on the field.
They said, yes,
and
that
they're
is.
like, yes. And
we do not know what's going on.
They scrambled to make calls and find out what was going on. They had just told us, really, that
wild.
he was out. He comes back in, and from we know now after the press conference and after talking to Tony, he was expecting them to come and yank him out of the game again. He was waiting for the tap on the shoulder. It never came, and he led his team to a come-from-behind victory in overtime. Des Bryant was already missing the game. Miles Austin goes out. Phil Koss, the center, goes out. Felix Jones, separated shoulder. He's out of the game. And you're like, how are the Cowboys even going to come back in this game and win because they've got nobody on the field?
I've got an idea. Somebody who wins a reality television show is going to come in and make an appearance and save the day.
Mr. Fourth and Long, Jesse Holley, out of nowhere. He becomes the go-to guy of the fourth quarter. He gets the Cowboys to within field goal range. They tie it with no seconds left on the clock. They go to overtime. And the first play the Cowboys get, Tony Romo, you can see him, have you seen the highlights?
Oh, yeah.
He's telling something to Holley on the sidelines.
Just talking to him.
They get back on the field, fake, toss it.
This guy.
Holley, 77 yards. He didn't get into the end zone, but he set up a 19-yard game-winning field goal. It was great.
The smile on his face right here. I was so thrilled to get in the locker room in time to get this look on his face. The picture ain't sharp, but I just snapped it because he was just like glowing, like, I am king of the world.
And for a day, Jesse Holley was king of the world. I even asked him, Jeff, I said, Jesse, you think Michael Irvin's going to give you a hard time because you got caught from behind? And he was like, he just laughed. He's like, He's like, I'm sure Michael Irvin got caught from behind every once in a while.
Got my interview with Jason Witten along with some pictures from that day that'll be up on the website. So go out to NFLRNR.com and go check that out. We've got to quickly get to the injury report, Stephen.
That's right. It's long.
This
Tony
game did
Romo,
not come without its human falling.
Yeah, Tony Romo, broken rib, punctured lung. He's questionable for this weekend. They're actually putting a flak jacket together. Hopefully he plays in this game. Felix Jones also is questionable, but we think he'll play. They just basically put his shoulder back in, and they're going to, wrap it up. He'll be ready to go.
Peyton Manning says, rub some dirt on it.
Two players are out, Jeffrey.
Now, I got to say this about Miles Austin. Before we go and put him on the shelf, which we're putting him on the shelf, he levitated his way into the end zone for a score. I swear to you not, if you did not see the footage, go out on YouTube and look it up. I don't know if you can look up levitate or not, but I don't know how he kept himself from touching the ground as he slid into the end zone.
Amazing touchdown there to make it within 24-21.
Unfortunately, did not come without its downside.
He re-aggravated his hamstring. He's out for the next several weeks. Orlando Scandrick, the ankle, he's still out. Jason Witten,
we didn't even know was hurt.
Also, but he is probable. He'll most likely play in the game. And Phil Costa, the center, this is the one that we got to watch out. He got hurt in that San Francisco game as well. He's questionable for the game.
Now, quarterback Orlando Scandrick is out. I was waiting for good news.
Yes. Good news.
We've got a cornerback situation that's not bad news.
Terrance Newman, who's been out with his groin injury, he was back on the practice field today. He is questionable for the game. He will most likely make the start. And that leads us to this, Jeffrey. Valley Ranch player moves. The Dallas Cowboys released cornerback Bryan McCann, and basically that leads us to believe if you're getting rid of a cornerback, Terrance Newman is ready to play. They brought back wide receiver Laurent Robinson, with Dez and Miles banged up.
The much travel Laurent. Does he just live out of a suitcase, basically?
Maybe. I think that's the case.
Whatever
we
team
need a wide
needs
receiver.
him.
We need a wide receiver right now to fill in the gaps. I just have a question for the Cowboys, Jeff.
Bring it.
Maybe it's time to kill the whole two kickers thing. What do you think? Two kickers on this team, Bueller and Bailey, the rookie. Bailey is basically doing the field goal kicking. Bueller is the one who's doing the kickoffs. And Jeffrey, with the ball being on the 35-yard line, if Bailey can't kick it out of the end zone and get touchbacks, you either need to get rid of him and roll with Bueller, or if he can do touchbacks, get rid of Bueller. It's time.
My turn. I totally disagree with Steven on this one. I think that you need Bueller. What you're seeing is more and more special teams units willing to take it out, even though you're 9 yards deep in the end zone. You really want somebody that can kick it out of the end zone and assure that they start at the 20.
Yeah.
And I think that you need that flexibility, and it offers you that. That's my take.
Well, what I'm saying is fine. Then get
You
Bueller.
don't want Bueller kicking game-winning field goals. It's scary.
It is scary.
Okay,
All right,
we look ahead to week 3 against the dreaded, hated Washington Redskins.
Monday Night Football. The Redskins come to town, and finally the season opener. It's been 4 weeks since the Cowboys got to play at home. 2 final road games in the preseason, 2 road games to start the season. We're back at home. Who's going to step up? That's going to be the big question, Jeffrey. Who steps up for the Dallas Cowboys? Here's the thing. My key is run the football. They are not last, because there's the Seattle Seahawks who are last, but they're second to last running the ball. They are, however, third in passing. So throw the ball if you must. I want to see a running game, Jeff.
Steven, when you are averaging 3.4 yards per carry and you have only rushed for just over 100 yards in 2 games, you've got serious problems, and they're trying to run the ball. So they've got to be more effective and find explosive plays along of 17 yards this season.
That's it. Yeah, no plays over 20. They got to get them that way on the ground. That's all the time we got. I'm Steven Randa.
Jeff Ellis, enjoy the game.
For the Dallas Cowboys Star Report. Out.